So if you're someone who's practicing but you find you're not actually getting any better at golf, this video is for you. And now as we approach the off season, it's a perfect time, a perfect chance to hone your game. Now to do this, I'm actually going to be talking you through what I'm working on in my own swing. I just want to say a big thank you to Hack Motion for teaming up with Swing Quest channel and for supplying me with this kit, which is absolutely essential for how I'm changing my own swing. But I'm also going to talk you through how you can adapt and change your own swing if you don't have access to a device. If you want to find out more information, head down into the description below. So I'm going to talk through exactly what I'm doing within my swing and then how I can practice and make sure those changes are ingrained. The best thing about this particular type of practice is anyone can do it, and it is a universal truth, a universal fix in many ways. So with my swing, I am very much focused on trying to get the club moving a little bit more shallow around the body. Like my swing from years and years and years has been very steep, slight exaggeration, but not too far off at times, very steep, moving left and hitting out these really squeezy cuts. Now when I'm playing well, it's not an issue. However, if you get me on a hole and you say, Pete, can you hit a draw here? It's a little bit more of a struggle. So I'm trying to get that club moving more around the body to try and move away from that really steep fade. And by any chance, can I hit a little draw? I whisper quietly. Now working with Hack Motion, what I'm also really trying to do is come into impact by holding a little bit more flexion in my wrist. So within the lead wrist, you have flexion, and you have extension, and you have a position which is fairly neutral. Within my old swing, I used to get quite extended at the top, and that was kind of held in position coming through impact. What I'm trying to get the feeling of, and this is really crazy, that my wrist is almost in this position, massively flexed, and that is held throughout impact. This allows me to control the club face a lot better. In reality, the actual impact position with my wrist is about there. It's about neutral. Great, actually, I can just practice with it on my phone here, get that kind of instant feedback. What we got? Oh, current streak at the top 3 at impact 2. Starting to really get the feeling of this, but I've been practicing and working with this device for a few months now, and I've just literally found out something which is bedding it in superbly, and we'll get to that just after my last swing change. Now for many years, the hardest thing for me to fix within my swing is to get a better control of what I'm doing with my lower half. I tend to come through impact, get quite high on my right toe. That helps to fling the club out to the outside. I need to straighten up with my posture. All this is obviously a little bit of an exaggeration, but you get what I mean. And I can make some inconsistent contacts and really not shallow the club how I need to. And what I'm trying to do now with impact is get a feeling that my right side is more of a roll. So I'm rolling onto the instep with my trail foot, and my left knee is moving around and is straightening. And this clears a wonderful gap for my club to travel through, and it also helps me maintain my posture. Yeah, to get the consistency on that strike, I almost need to feel like I'm going full on Scotty Scheffler, and I'm like dragging that instep down along the ground. I don't want to do that in these new shoes because just, well, look at them. So I'm grafting and I'm grinding on all these things. But what if you're working on something completely different? How can you transform and change your golf if that is something you are struggling with? Well, it's called backward chaining, and it is really as simple as this. Try and get into the impact position that you really want. Because remember, impact, that is absolutely essential. That is really all that matters here. How you hit the ball. Because once that ball is hit, there's absolutely nothing you can do to affect its ball flight. I'm also practicing here with a high lofted club, so I'm my 54 degree. It often helps to practice with a high lofted club because there's more spin, there's more forgiveness. You can get the feelings a little bit more easily, and also it helps just get that confidence building. So what I want to do is I want to be rolling my foot. I want to be clearing my left side. I want to be approaching from a slightly more shallow angle and keeping this wrist in a little bit more of a flexed position. So I'm going to get myself into the impact that I really want to create. I'm just going to hold it there for a second, and then I'm going to move back to my address and just try and mimic. So what I've done there is I've created all the angles that I really want. I've told my brain where I want my body to be, and then I've just executed the move very quickly. So that rehearsal, getting that feeling of exactly where I want to be, a bit of an exaggeration there as well. And back, repeat. Oh, I actually felt my foot slide there. That was full on Scotty Scheffler. One good thing about using a device like Hack Motion is it gives you that feedback. So I'm obviously trying to get this feeling a little bit more, and it showed me at the top of my swing I was actually too flexed, so I pushed it a little bit too far. When you're changing a swing, that's never the worst idea in the world, just to push it to the extreme. If you can really exaggerate something, it's a lot easier to just rein it back in a little bit. So I want to be more shallow. I want that feeling of a little bit more flex. Rolling, clearing that left knee. Exaggerate, repeat. Struck that nice. So remember, impact, the positions that you want to create, that is where we need to switch our focus. A lot of the swing and a lot of the changes that you might want to make to your technique, if you train your brain and you tell it where you want your body to be at impact, it can often find ways that you've not even thought of to get back to that position. Just want to say a huge thank you to Hack Motion for teaming up for this video, and if you do want to check out more videos using this device, click here.